Good morning, everyone. Hope you all are good. This is Nilanjana Bera, your art teacher, and today we will be doing Zentangles. This is a part 2 video of the previous week, and the material required for the work are. See, before starting the Zentangles, we do practice some of the patterns or templates in the last week, and continuation to the that we are just starting with some new elements. So in Zentangles, we try to enhance each shape, each line very carefully. Even we try to give some gradation with the pencil. So you have to just sketch them with pen or pencil initially, and then outline it with a darker marker. And wherever you think that some kind of shading or gradation is required, you can do it with the shading pencils. Now this is like repetition of the same design all over the string, and wherever there is a little scope of adding darkness or black, we will be using sketch pen. So after this, we will be filling those spaces with the black sketch pen or marker. And for Zentangles, you don't need very specific materials. These are very simple, like a black pen, pencil, a cartridge sheet, or any art file, which sheets should be little heavier, but not that much heavy sheet be required. And in Zentangles, you have to take care of each dimension, what we are adding it to. For shading, we are just using a 4B pencil, and this is like one of the side I'm just making it a little bit darker compared to the white section. And because we have to maintain both the shades, like light and dark, and then only it gives us that effect of gradation or 3D. That's why we are trying to maintain both the shades there. And after that, if you want to blend them and make them smooth, you use a Q-tip or a cotton bud for it. Now the next pattern is a floral pattern. Now what happens in Zentangle, even you can take some organic or natural shapes. Suppose taking a reference or help of a flower. Maybe the flowers can be modified, and just a simpler sketch will be created. And after that, the shape or the thickness or the variations that you can add it. So these can be like simpler design, but trying to make them little bit more complex with the lines. And some of the section, they are more closer, the lines are more contrasting there. So that is a place where you can do little bit more shade or gray portion. Some of the lines are more closer, so that means it is a contrast, and a darker shade will be added there. And few portions you can just fill them with this kind of fillers. These are like small circles. Repetition is going on, and one of the side is we are darkening up that. So little bit of more focus is required for doing each portion, and repetition. Lot of repetition is there. See, this is a simple black marker sketch pen. I'm using it, and just to enhance that design, now a pencil shading will be adding up to this portion. See, wherever you will be adding more closer lines. So closer lines means a darkness, and as we are doing those lines with little apart, that means it's a lighter tone. So we will work accordingly. Even shadow of the previous string can be there on the second flower. See, on the sides we are doing little bit shading, and it really enhances your work very quickly. And if you think that eraser you need to use it on that place where you instantly feel that it is need to be used there. So you have to follow your instinct. Whatever you feel, you have to do immediately. Like this is one more string we are creating, and it is also a repetition. So you can even repeat the same motive again, and one of the side is being given with the darker. Why darker? Darker is like enhance that contrast. Dark and light, they work very well, and the medium tone. So this is a combination of dark, medium, and light. So that's why we are using them. And even those who want to use a bit of color, you can even use sketch pen, but make sure that is very lightly done. Even you can work with the pencil color for the same. In the pencil color also, the same kind of technique will be used, like light, dark, and medium. And some places for the white you can leave, that can be done. Or those who want to use the sketch pen, they can work like those water soluble sketch pens are there. the brush pens or something, where you just make one stroke with that brush pen and then blend it with the water. That can be done. In Zentangles, what is very helpful is those small templates which we have made it in the previous class, or whenever you have seen some design, or if you want to enhance in your free time, you can just repeat them and create them randomly. So that is like more like a storage where you have a lot of sketches or a lot of templates, and then whenever you feel like that you have to do some kind of work related to that, you can just observe them, open them, and then start again. So some kind of reference should be kept while before working, so that it can help you to enhance your work. See, this is another flower motif which is alternative placement. Even you can do it on the same side, and now we will be connecting them with some lines. It's more like a sunflower kind of shape. So these are all organic shapes. You can take reference from the natural objects or geometrical. Geometrical is like where you continuously work with the lines, pattern, and the geometric shapes. So it's a combination of both. These will be very useful if we are doing for some kind of poster design or some table mat design or anything which is a small bookmark. So these can be used in multiple ways and very creative and interesting. Even while you're doing it, this work, it's more relaxing. So you will be getting a lot of variation. But before starting, there will be a little bit research you have to do it. Taking all these references, you can also search more images on these and work, and very nice effect when you blend it with the cotton bud to this work. In Zentangle and Doodle, the difference is Doodle is more with the random designs, where you just constantly making the design and without thinking of how perfect it is or how much a proportion is there. But in Zentangles, you somehow try to calculate or try to enhance the same motive with some gradation, with some lines, and with some patterns. So here I'm just creating a locking thread where it is one ring is there, and over that the strings are being overlapped. So each time I'm just trying to create that semicircle shape, and then the two strings which is more like a thread or weaving, that kind of effect. And see again that gradation is being added there just to make it little more effectful. Now in Doodle also you can do something like this, but that is like more connecting one after the other, and not that much of thinking is there. Whatever comes instantly, you just keep working. Here you have to enhance each element very carefully. You have to give more time. You have to be lost in that design. You have to think about that design throughout the work. Even this is like randomly I am putting all the designs on the same page. Even you can create partitions, suppose with some certain lines, suppose some wave or random lines. You can divide the page and then you can fill up the patterns there. So you have multiple options. We will be working on them as well with some of the colors and tangles. So just keep exploring the designs and try to maintain a template booklet where certain designs to be repetitively sketched and drawn there. In your free time you can do that. So this is one of the style where I am working, creating that partition. Just in the beginning of that design I made a small square so that I can set the design inside that. Even I can take a larger portion, but I somehow feel like this would be better. So you can do something like this. The wave which defines that there is some movement. Wave lines are very useful. Wave always shows that there is some movement, some curve. Straight lines and vertical lines, they are more with the rawness or stiffness. It correlates with that stiffness. Or the horizontal lines, those are the lines with more calmness or stability. And wave is with the movement. So whenever you're creating wave lines, you're contrasting those wave lines, making them too much close or a little apart. That shows that how much darkness and lightness is there in the sheet. And this is the pencil where I have used in the middle of the line just to show a high and low. You can even feel the same by looking at that object, that this is some of the portion are little higher and some of them are more contrast and deeper. In Zentangles, you can take reference from the nature where you can repetitively do a same kind of element but trying to enhance it again and again. And in this sheet we are just filling up one design over the other, so we are not basically dividing it. So you can also balance out wherever you think that there is only a single line is required, you can do that. See, in this also we try to leave a small white dot in the center and then enhance it with a darker tone. Now a few designs you can do it very freely, like this is more like a ribbon which is moving from a center, and very shakily lines we are drawing, so you don't have to be very specific, but some of the special element you have to add, that can be like your shading, your darkness, those are the things. See, every place need not to be filled with a very close design or very strong design which is completely filled. Maybe few lines or few strings can also balance out your work, so you have to just think a bit like how you can improve it. So continuously the thinking process should be involved here. Hope you have understood this and will definitely try. Before trying, you have to create some small templates where you just sketch out these small elements, and whenever you are starting with some of the work, you can just take the reference from that. Hope in the next week we will be doing some colored Zentangles. Do practice them and keep them in record. This is an A5 sheet where I have worked. Thank you. Hope you like it.